You came out yesterday, said the decision may be made for Mystik Dan with the Preakness. You've made the decision. He's a go for the Preakness Stakes. How was the process in making this decision for you and your Derby winner?
Well, it was a process that I learned when I ran Tahana Run years back, and it was a bad idea. And I wasn't as thorough with that horse back then as I've been with this one because, you know, as a young trainer, you get all wrapped up in the hoopla of it all, and then you forget that you really need to pay attention to what's right. But Tahana Run himself was a horse that we scrambled with a little bit. He had foot issues and had some he had a lung infection all winter, and we got him through that. But when I ran him back in the Preakness, it was a bust. It was just a bad idea. He ran poorly, and then we had to kind of, you know, regroup after that. He actually was off 6-7 months after that, so it was a real hard to bring him back. In this Colts case, you know, I just wanted to be thorough, take our time. We did some things, pretty simple stuff. Watched his feed tub. We scoped him this morning just to make sure his airway was clear, something that I didn't do with Tahana Run years back. We drew blood to make sure all the blood work was good, that you didn't have any dehydration markers, you didn't have any inflammation markers, no white blood count elevated, anything like that. So you know, I wanted to see all that, and then obviously talk to the ownership group and make sure that they're comfortable with the move. But horse is doing great. I mean, he's doing super. He's eaten better the last 2 nights than I've ever seen him all winter. So he might be propelling forward. So fingers crossed that happens, and let's get through the post position draw, and he's traveling up there tomorrow.
We look forward to seeing him there, but going back to Tahana Run to Mystik Dan in this process, you talk about the things that you looked for, the things that you tested for. Is this just an example of sports progressing and having the ability to put a horse through a battery of tests like this? Did you have those kind of options back with Tahana Run?
We had those options back then. I think that the same thing. I was a younger trainer, and I probably didn't check those boxes and cross those T's or whatever you call it. You know, you learn as you go at this stage. I mean, that's been 29 years ago. But now we do more of that. We will check blood if we're questioning a horse. You know, in his case, he had been eating. You really normally wouldn't even check that, but because of the high stakes and the visibility of everything, I think it's a good idea to check it. But I wanted to be real comfortable with it, and I feel very comfortable with it. I'm actually extremely excited again.
Just make sure you dot those I's and lowercase j's as well, Kenny.
Will do.